Joining me right now, Fox News contributor Deroy Murdock and former NYPD detective Bo Dietl. You know, look, I think that a lot of people, especially those that are in the police department, would be very offended by that picture.
I'm very offended for the fact.
So why not just
I'm very offended because we had New York City. What do you want? Dead cops. When do you want them now? Pigs in a blanket. Fry them like pigs in a blanket. And look what happened. They put an environment, Big Bird de Blasio put an environment in New York where they shut down the Brooklyn Bridge. They shut down the roadways. And then all of a sudden this creep from Baltimore came in and assassinated 2 New York City cops. Tell it to the families of those 5 officers in Dallas that were gunned down. You want to portray cops like this? This is horrible.
And not just portray cops. I mean, it's not like it's off in some art gallery somewhere.
No, kids are coming up there to visit
on public property in Capitol Hill.
But listen to me, kids are coming up there to visit the Capitol. They got to see this. Now in their mind, they think, oh, it's in the Capitol. That's right. And just imagine if they had an image of Muhammad there in a bad way or something like that. Be outraged. I'm outraged as a former detective in New York City and a police officer that is in the Capitol like that. That is wrong.
And yet you got these lawmakers that continue putting it up. I mean, it gets taken down, but they keep putting it up.
This is not just a racially inflammatory and divisive painting, which is bad enough, but this advances this whole idea that if you're black, it's open season and the cops are just gunning down blacks all over the place. You look at Chicago, which is now the nation's murder capital, 780 homicides last year. Of those, about 620 of them were black people, okay? Now, how many of them were killed by cops? About 10. The balance killed by mainly other black folks. So maybe you have a 2% problem where the cops shoot people, in many cases justified, but let's even assume that they're unjustified. We never talk about the 98% of black folks killed in Chicago, generally by other black people. It's just this 2% problem. If that, everybody focus on that. That's where Black Lives Matter is. That's where the political outrage is. And nothing about the other 98% of blacks killed by other blacks.
And then all of a sudden,
some outrage about that?
When they see this kind of a painting there, then when an officer's on the street trying to get some sort of calm and quiet something down, they have this negative attitude because of this.
Well,
that they portray cops as pigs killing people.
How does that make you feel if you're just trying to do your job every day?
Tell that woman, tell that police officer's family. Tell that police officer's family she's an African-American that died in Orlando. She was gunned down protecting somebody. You tell her family that they should look at this photograph. She gave her life for people that she was protecting, and cops are out there every day.
It's getting at this bigger issue, though, right, of cops not feeling like they have the support of the people that need to support them.
And so what happens, and I can't blame them, is they stay in their squad cars. A lot of them stay in their precincts. They're afraid if they go outside, if they're lucky, they'll get harassed or sued. If they're not lucky, they get assassinated. And so they see something and just drive on by.
You know
what happens? Black folks get murdered by other black people.
In New York
City, what Black Lives Matter has managed to do is get more black people killed. That's the one accomplishment those people
in New York City, we have probably the greatest police department in the world. But we have a mayor that's trying to take credit. If anything, he gave them a 1% raise over 4 years. They're making $41,000 a year with a college degree. It's outrageous. You know who we give the credit to for the crime reduction in New York? The men and women of the New York City Police Department who are out there working under this stress. They have 5 different monitors, CCRB, special monitor here, this one, that one, and they have to work under them circumstances, and they're doing a damn good job. And then you get a Mayor de Blasio or this Mayor Emanuel there in Chicago, 762 dead. Where is the outrage? We got President Obama going to Chicago. Where is the outrage for all these years? Thousands of young men and women are being killed. 5-year-olds shot on the porch, head to head, going to school. Stop the nonsense.
It's amazing. I mean, you expect that kind of stuff in a banana republic. You expect that stuff, say, in Medellin, Colombia. But you know what? The murder rate in Chicago is worse than in a place like Medellin.
And Obama's had 8 years as a man from Chicago who could have come in and said, what are you people doing? This is awful. This has to stop. No moral leadership.
I'm very surprised at this congressman. Now, I have a lot of respect for government officials. But if you know you're offending somebody, why offend? All right, the young man won the prize for the best painting, whatever it was. But if you know you're offending someone, I would say, you know, want to know something? We had it up for a while. We'll take it down.
This has become such a loaded issue, right? I mean, it's become such a political issue, and unfortunately, common decency is getting lost in all of it.
Absolutely.
It's good to see both you guys. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
By the way, Bo, you want to clean this city up. I know.
Well, you know what? When you have 320 homeless in Penn Station last Friday, and people walking around with their kids trying to go to one place or the other, we got a real problem, because that's only going to turn into violence, because they're afraid of this, afraid of that. We got to deal with problems when they're small so it doesn't become big.
Bo's running, of course, for mayor of New York City. Thank you so much, guys. All right, the widow, everyone.